Ooh, wait, I want to check this out. Minecraft's new armor.
It's not even Wednesday yet. Well, I guess it could be, depending upon when and where you're watching this video. But Mojang has gone and dropped just a massive surprise new 1.20 snapshot. And it all revolves around the smithing table, which if I go into, you'll see it has a bit of a new interface to it. So now, say I've been exploring the Nether and I find myself a treasure bastion and I bravely make my way to the center, definitely not in creative mode. When I open the chest, there's a new item. It's called a smithing template netherite upgrade. And this is one of the big new things that's been added here. We'll grab the netherite ingot as well. It also did say in the patch notes that it was guaranteed you get 2 of these things in a treasure bastion, so feeling a little lied to, but also this might just be down a chest. You can also find them more rarely in the normal chests scattered about. But now that we've got it, if I go into the smithing table, say I try to put my sword in, because previously you put your sword in, you put the netherite ingot, and you get a netherite sword.
You betcha.
Well, now you need to do is you need to first insert the smithing template into the first slot, and then you can add your sword or your pickaxe or your piece of armor and the netherite ingot.
Dude,
and
the
now
cam. Oh, I guess I could if
the
you want
sword.
to.
But in practice, you might not want to do this on the first netherite upgrade you find, especially if you only found one of them in your treasure bastion where you were supposed to have 2.
Do I look your
because
username?
There's a way to get more without having
no.
to seek out new bastions. So let's head back into the overworld. So in 1.20, netherite gear has gotten a bit more expensive, either in resource cost or in time value. You can kind of choose how you want to play it. But once you find
is it
your
just
first
more
netherite
difficult?
upgrade, you're probably not going to want to use it immediately because there's a way to duplicate it. You add a netherrack in the center, the netherite upgrade on the top, and then surround it in 7 diamonds, upside down pants, and then it turns into 2 smithing templates. So if we split that up, then I could duplicate one of these and I could use these on a piece of armor. So you may want to keep one in reserve.
Do I like this? Do you know what's kind of funny? With how the game is now, I don't know if it bothers me a ton to make it a little tougher to get to final late game armor. I know it's kind of maybe a dumb reasoning. I mean, yeah, like it's inconvenient. I don't mind it actually maybe being a little bit more challenging. Because basically as it is right now, like getting netherite armor really doesn't feel too much more different than getting like diamond armor.
Unless you just want to go find them naturally. So once we've done 3 more dupes, then perhaps we're in a place where we'd be comfortable doing like a full set of netherite armor, because again, we would have one piece that we still have in reserve so that we can do more duplications in order to make the tools.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it,
and we
actually.
keep this one in reserve. At this point, I'm sure some folks are like, what the heck, man? They just took netherite gear and made it harder to get? This isn't fun. But you clicked on this video for the thumbnail, right? And it's so much more than that. So this item is called a smithing template. Netherite upgrade is just the subcategory of it. There are many more smithing templates, and they're not used to make netherite armor. They're used to make any metal armor way, way cooler. You were about to leave a comment that said, Jardon, you're so dumb. Diamond isn't a metal. It's carbon. Didn't you do chemistry?
Oh.
Well, I'm correcting myself now. So all these, with one exception, are found in chests inside of structures all over Minecraft. The exception is the tide armor trim. That can be dropped occasionally when you kill an Elder Guardian. So let's say that we've just found one of these Spire armor trims inside of an end city, and we'd like to use that in order to spice up our armor a little bit. Well, we need a piece of armor, right? So we have our netherite on, and then we need to color it a certain trim. So
yeah, you bet, yeah.
You know, it's kind of purpley. It's end city. I'm going to grab some amethyst. These are all the resources that you can choose from for the accent colors, right? There's 10 of them. So let's grab the amethyst, and then we'll come over here. But before I apply this, it's going to be consumed, just like the netherite upgrade was. So I might want to, you know, duplicate this. So I'll go mining for some diamonds in the creative mode inventory really quick. And then here I can search for smith or smithing templates, and I can duplicate it. And then I could perhaps duplicate it again. And then maybe duplicate it once more so that I have 4 pieces.
Okay,
for my armor. Then we head over into the smithing table, and you start off by putting the template in for the Spire armor trim.
Right.
And then you add in the piece
armor
of gear,
and then the
and
dye.
then you add in the accents. I could switch it for diamonds. Diamonds are a viable piece, and you get a little preview over on the side. The way that the item looks here, and as it'll show in your inventory, it's the same for every single one, so don't be misled by that. Over here, it shows you on the armor stand the actual preview of what it will look like. So let's just go through and make our full set here, add the trim to it, and then we can put it on.
Ooh, ooh.
And now we're looking real fancy. This is so cool. And the duplications, it's all the diamonds surround,
I like
you replace the middle block with the corresponding resource.
I wonder, and maybe they'll say it, can you re-dye the armor? Say you're like, you know, I'm feeling a little more green today. Can you re-dye it?
That each of these templates are made of, right? And then you can do the trim duplications. So now let's just go through all these different possible combinations of armor trim. This is the Sentry trim found in a pillager outfit.
Oh, okay, so not only are they colored different colors, but like the actual trim itself is different from each.
This is what it looks like. This is applied in redstone. All of these are going to be on netherite armor for the time being. This is the Dune armor trim found in a desert pyramid. This is what it looks like. This is
okay, green, red.
Applied in emerald.
Ooh, I'm thinking that one would look nice on me.
Looks pretty cool. Coast armor trim found in shipwreck chests, applied in lapis, which doesn't quite pop as much. Some of the materials seem better suited for different armor depending upon how contrasty it is. This is the wild armor trim, can be found.
I think I like that though. I like the fact they're not all bright. I like the fact that some can be more subtle.
Temples. This is what it looks like, and I actually really like it applied in quartz. I think quartz is a really, really nice contrast when it comes to netherite armor.
I mean, you know, black and white. You can't ever go wrong with black and white.
This is the Tide armor trim found in ocean monuments. The only one not found in chests. Once again, you have to kill Elder Guardians, and it has a chance of dropping it. Seems to be pretty rare from my trying it out. This is applied in copper.
I'm already moving on. Like, I'm liking that one.
Looks really nice. Copper as a contrast on netherite. But yeah, gold's the way to go. Gold's just unbeatable.
You betcha. You betcha, really Cap.
Okay, this is the ward armor trim found in ancient cities, and I mean everyone's gonna end up having gold trim on their netherite armor, though, aren't they? So I mean, if you want to be unique, maybe you're gonna do something else. Like the quartz is pretty.
Yeah, that's when I bust out the green.
Cool still. Or I actually really like the Vex armor.
It almost like doesn't even look like how this. It almost gives it some like robe type
trim.
Deal.
I think it's got kind of a unique layout, this distinct line down the center, and this is applied in iron. So I don't know. This is kind of a good pick as well. You find it in the wood.
You don't have to lie and say it's a good pick.
The mansions, and that's what this one looks like. This is the rib armor trim found in nether fortresses. I actually thought the diamond would be like slightly more vibrant when I applied it, but it's still a cool contrast. It's just closer to.
So I feel like you got to make the diamond one shinier, right? Like you just have to. I'm sorry. Like I like this color, but like, right? Like doesn't it need to be a little brighter? I mean, it's a diamond.
To lapis a little bit in terms of how vibrant it is. Again, we got some more gold. I've just gone through all the different materials.
Sorry, that's the better one. That's like, looks like the weaker version of that one.
Because you can't apply netherite to netherite armor. You can't apply the same material as the armor, as trim.
But so I understand technically it's whatever. If you're using a diamond, yeah, it has to be brighter. Sorry.
Which makes sense because otherwise it wouldn't show up, right? But this is the snout armor trim found in bastions, and gold is just so cool though, dude. The eye armor trim found in stronghold.
Depending on your skin, looks like it might give you some like red eyeballs.
Applied in redstone. And finally, like we're wearing here, we've got the Spire armor trim, which you can find inside of End Cities. And this is all just for, you know, consistency. So you see the.
But yeah, I would say all of these I like. I don't know. I don't think there's one that's like absolutely terrible. At least for like the nether variations. I think my least favorite might just be this one. This one I'm intrigued by, but I'm still on the fence about this one. But yeah, overall,
trim more directly compared to each other on the same base. But you can also apply it to gold, iron.
Dude, this and emerald. Oh, chainmail. Sometimes I forget chainmail exists. That's true. I guess you could come up with some cool color combos and mix up the trim.
Chainmail, diamond. So this is diamond trim on top of gold. This is just like the ultimate flex. Yeah, I'm going to make a set of iron armor, but you know what? I'm going to add some netherite trim on it so that my iron armor is almost just as expensive as what I'm...
That is kind of a flex right there. What else would be maybe cool? Like, you could maybe do like diamond armor if you're not like super worried about PvP, you know what I mean? You could maybe do like diamond with netherite, maybe could look cool.
A set of netherite would have been before because, you know, why not? And then chain with emerald trim applied to it. I guess chain you could apply anything to because you can't use chain, an item, as armor trim. So you got most flexibility here. And then diamond with amethyst. I do really like this setup.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think give me the green though with it.
As well, the gold with the diamond trim for a kind of a flex of the gold armor. And of course, you can mix and match all the way through, right? You could do a different trim material and template on each individual piece of armor.
Dude, and we could really become some real fashionistas up in here.
Just go for a totally unique individualized set, which I'm sure a lot of people will go for. So even though, yes, netherite armor is a little bit more expensive, it does feel like it's just a nice payoff to get there and then to be able to have this additional
I like it. Make you work a little harder for it. You know what I mean? Extend the game out a little more.
Bring this to tools, to swords. There's so many options, right? It's the smithing table now actually, it does more than just one thing, which I had always hoped it was going to. And this is so awesome. Finally, you might be wondering, but what about enchantments? Isn't that just going to kind of override the cool look of all the trims? And the answer is, if I just search up prot for protection here, you'll see that the books, they look a little bit kind of different than they did before. And that's because they've actually gone and tweaked the shimmer
down a little
from
bit.
enchantments so that the armor trim will show through better. So it will be a little bit of a different look, and I'm going to be looking at it here for the first time because I haven't done this yet. But let's go ahead and apply some prot here and see what it looks like after the fact, especially with the purple trim on it, because that's going to be kind of the most of what would blend in under the prior circumstance when it comes to, you know, enchanted gear. Still fairly visible. And different colors will
I don't remember what the old one looks like.
More.
I mean, the armor is still definitely enchanted looking.
The redstone trim or the emerald trim or something like that, you would be able to see it pretty well. So that about covers it. I want to wear the gold before we go because it looks really cool. I'm sorry. I mean, you're cool too, Spire with amethyst trim, but oh yeah, the gold is so...
Wait, no, you put on the wrong one. Wait, the other gold one's better. But you're crazy.
Oh man. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed. I'm really stoked. This is a cool new snapshot, and I'm looking forward to where they take it. So
yeah, I want to see. I want to see just a comparison, like how like the enchanted armor looks to this as opposed to like how it normally looks, because I couldn't remember the difference.